Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. And smash that like button right meow. You know you're gonna have a good time. Pardon me while I fiddle with the camera. Got too much head space. Let me tweak things ever so slightly. Is that better? There we go, that's better. Perfect. Alright, yeah. And just have to get my screens pulled up. Pardon me if I'm a little bit dewy. It is humid. It's like it's almost spring or something. It's been raining. There's no snow on the ground. Very strange. Last time I looked outside, there was snow on the ground. And I had a car out there. uh, yeah, so that's weird. So I really don't even check my weather app. So it's a surprise to me. But yeah, I wasn't putting it together that rain means it's possibly warmer out, which means warmer in the room. So it's warmer when I go live. I'm figuring it out now. I don't know, let's put that kind of stuff together. Like every year when it gets cold again, I'm like, oh my God, why is it getting cold? Why does this happen in September and October? And then it gets warm again for the spring, and I'm like, why is it so warm out? It's like this happens every single spring like clockwork. I just don't. That's short-term memory stuff. I don't know that. I don't know what day it is. That's what my short-term memory kept track of. I'm just getting my screens opened up. I've got a YouTube open, of course, and then I've got my Twitch chat room opened up. Because if you have a handle on Twitch, you have a chat room that never closes. Pardon me. So I did want to start out with whenever I have super chats opened up. I've got Venmo, I've got Buy Me a Coffee, and if you use either one of those links, that money goes directly to myself. You're not paying Google 30%. Your money stays in the United States. I'm not spending it on hookers and blow. Um, you're not supporting AI content. And I always read your comment at my next live show. So this kind of came in between shows, but where do I have that? I've got it in an email. This was from Lisa Gray. She says, hugs to you from Northland. So thank you for that, Lisa. Yeah, that helps out since I am in the middle of a move. Oh, what's up, one to go to? Glad you made it. I said he's glad he made it too. Cool, yeah. Come on in, take your pants off, just chilling. It's been 2 years since I've been uploading videos. I uploaded my first video, it was March 4th. And it was just me talking, though there was no video. And then I realized I was going to be uploading videos of myself, and nobody anywhere online really knows what I look like, so that was not gonna. I've had the same avatar the whole time anybody's ever known me online, so this would be the first time I'd be sort of breaking character in a way by showing my face. And I just remember going to, quite frankly, on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday. And I'm never nervous before going to Quite Frankly, but I was for this, even though nothing was going to happen. I knew I was going to upload a video on Sunday, and it was going to be of my face. So I was nervous all of Thursday, all of Friday, all of Saturday, Sunday up until noon when the video actually dropped. And I was just thinking every single thought I could have and going through every emotion I could possibly have. I'm like, what if people stop talking to me when they see what I look like? What if they don't like how I sound? Just every single what if you can think of. I had about 4 days to think about it. But I couldn't stop it, and the video goes up, and I was a wreck, and it's nothing bad happened. And so now it's become this, and I've got over 200 videos on the channel. I've been uploading for 2 years. I haven't been going live for 2 years yet. That's in May. But as far as uploading and people knowing how I sound, what I look like, that's been available for 2 years now. So it's just a trip to realize I've been doing this for 2 years solid. I was uploading every Sunday to start out with, and then once I started doing live shows, I think I've been uploading something every week for 2 years, without looking back on it. So it's been something uh, I never planned on doing. When I quit my last job, I never thought I'm going to stop doing this and go to YouTube. I just thought, fuck it, I got to get out of that place. And that's all there was to it. And within that same sort of area of time before I quit the job, I sort of had the idea to upload videos. Like, why the hell not? Anybody can do it. There's nothing. I've got the equipment. Nothing's physically stopping me. Oh, what's up, Lisa Gray? Glad you made it. I just read off your super chat. She said you're a magnificent wreck, Nikki. Wink, wink. Yeah, we're all just a bunch of fucked up humans. It's really odd because it was 9 years into the show, nobody knew what I looked like. Like, I called it, quite frankly, before, but it's a real smattering of call in times. Like, I had called in actually on the 4th. Is that how I did it? Because I know I called into Quite Frankly. Maybe that's when I started. Or I uploaded on the same day, but I know it was March 4th. I did call into the show then. And I mentioned I was going to be, doing something. Yeah, that's how that went. I was so nervous. I was nervous to call into a show. Um, so it's weird to go from, because if you go online, you can find so many videos of people who lost their audience when they did a face reveal. Like, granted, they're like much bigger channels, like people with like, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They do a face reveal and suddenly their videos drop off. There's some series that I watch, like, wow, these videos are so good. Why did they stop uploading? And you start searching about them, and it's like, here's what happened when so and so did a face reveal. I'm like, oh, was it that bad? And it's just, for whatever reason, I don't understand why people care that much about what somebody looks like, to the point where you like their videos on Monday, you see their face on Tuesday, and suddenly on Wednesday you don't want to consume their content anymore. It's the one exception, the one reason I could see for that is, say all you do is just upload a Minecraft content, let's say, and then suddenly you do a face reveal. Okay, you're allowed to, but then suddenly your content changes to where you've always got to have face cam in the corner. I can see how that would piss people off, because rather than just watching the video, it seems like you're just so obsessed with your own looks that you have to have yourself on camera all of the time when you upload now. I see how that can piss people off, but like, these are channels that did not do that. Like, one of them was just reading spooky, scary stories, and he does a face reveal, and suddenly he just dropped the hell off, and you can see 6 videos about why this guy disappeared from the internet. And he didn't hurt anybody. He just showed his face once. He didn't change the format of his content at all. I don't know. Some people do it and their content goes up, and people like to how they look, and their videos get more views and things like that. I've seen that happen too, and it's gotten to the point, like I say, I watch Swaley and Puff's Gaming 81, that do Minecraft content, and people were kind of teasing Swaley. Oh, when you get to 1 million, do a face reveal. And at first he's like, yeah, sure, I will. And then it gets closer to that, and he's like, I'd rather be anonymous. I want my privacy. And it's like, please don't do a face reveal. If it was up to me, I would not have done one. If I would have been a good enough animator, or if I had a great storytelling voice, then that's what I would do. Nobody would know what I look like. I could still be anonymous to some degree. I like being on camera, but it's still weird. I think it's always going to be weird. It doesn't matter how much you like or don't like the way you look. There's just a part of it that it just 100% doesn't gel with me. But at the same time, it's the best way to capture myself. It's better than just audio. It's better than still photos. I'm best when I'm, moving and animated and stuff like that. It's a double-edged sword. I'll put it like that. It's not. If it was honestly, if I was that hung up about my looks, ring light, face full of makeup, it's not. It's not that serious. If you're that insecure, you really need some therapy first before you can be online. Because then that's just gonna. It's sad when people use their say their sub count or their view count to boost their ego to justify themselves. You shouldn't be getting online every day and checking your view count to see how much you like yourself that day or something. Did I grab a water? I did. I'm not like that. Well, first of all, YouTube can't count. We've been over that. And it's, again, you need some kind of therapy if you're turning to YouTube for an ego boost. But some people do, and that's really sad. I personally don't know anyone like that, I don't think. But as far as face reveals go, I mentioned, I don't think Swaley's going to do one, good, because, again, he let the man have his privacy. I think it would be cute if Puff did one, because his, avatar is a pufferfish, and he's probably not one in real life. I don't know, he's just so cute. I hope he never does one, but at the same time, I want to know what he looks like, but I totally respect his privacy, because he does have a great voice. He sounds like a cartoon. He's got a cute laugh. It's a fun show to go to. He did go live before I went live, so maybe he's going to go live after my show. I'm used to that. I prefer that. I had to take some notes about what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, Super Chat. And again, since I didn't start off with a plan to start doing live shows, just start doing it. If of course, if you want to put more into it, you'll get more out of it. They say you should upload every day if you want to build your channel, but even if you don't, just the fact that I was uploading something once a week, that's something. YouTube kind of wants to see you doing something with some kind of consistency, but you don't have to play the game like that. If you want to upload once a month or once every few months, or if you're editing and animating and it just takes months and months to put a video together and you're getting them out once every 3 months, that's fine too. As long as you're, putting some effort into it, you're not just doing a reaction channel or I saw a video where this guy on TikTok was getting his content just by setting up his camera and pointing it up at a mountain where guys are risking their lives climbing mountains. Take that shit down. You're not doing anything but filming somebody else's work for content. That is so shady. So it's actually me in front of the camera. I don't use AI. It's just me. I don't have a director or an editor or a caterer or a makeup guy or a gaffer. None of that. And I like that. I kind of like that bare bones feel of it versus the way YouTube is or was 20 years ago versus now, which is very much like MGM in the 1930s, where everything has to be perfect and polished and everybody has to be on drugs and on all the time and just doing absolutely anything under the sun to get content out there, which I'm against. I'd rather see people being genuine and have a few videos versus people being fake and uploading every single day. Because if you are, say, filming yourself every day and uploading, that's going to get tiresome after a while. And there's videos about that too. I'm so against this, but especially the family channels. They want to vlog their lives. And, kids can't sign up for that kind of thing. They can't consent. And then after a year or so, the parents are talking about how they're burnt out on it. How do you think those kids feel? They've had no privacy for that whole time. You assholes. But that's them. I don't like that. I'd rather, it is YouTube. I'd rather see you or anybody being themselves rather than just following the trends and then just trying to be the next. I don't know who the biggest person on YouTube is. For me, it's Grace Still Plays. Just as far as I've been watching him the longest, and he's got 8.5 5 something million viewers, so that's the biggest guy for me. If there's anybody bigger, they're probably not as good, so I really don't care. Um, I do want to say that today is the Zell's birthday. You know, Frank and Jim Zell. One of them might be a cat. It's both of their birthdays today. So I hope they are having fun, having their cat treats or Twizzlers or whatever they're into. I know when folks get older, they really don't celebrate their birthdays, so I wonder if their family's like, no, 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 you guys are coming over. We're going to do something for you, whether you like it or not. Put on your party hat. So they're 21 again. Uh, when was this? I want to get sort of a date. So this happened. I'm going to talk about something kind of not so good right now, and then I'll, follow it up with something funny. I certainly don't want to save the sad stuff for the end or anything like that. Okay, so when was this? Gonna show me a day? Okay. So I get up and it must have been March 3rd. And I'm scrolling down through Tumblr because that's where I get all of my. I don't care about current events, but people I follow post that kind of stuff, so I hear about it whether I want to or not. And I didn't get too many posts down, maybe about 5 down. And one of them is a screenshot of Twitter in white mode, which usually I scroll past that kind of stuff, but the picture was of some kind of blue sky, clear blue sky. Some dude standing there, like from the back, so you couldn't really tell who it was, and they're like, standing off in the distance, like a little flowers, just like up on a mountain or something like that. Very serene kind of photo. And but there's a whole bunch of little text, and I forget if I read the actual text in the photo, if it was typed out underneath. But before I did that, I'm like, why should I even care? But then I scrolled down a little bit, or maybe it was at the top, and it was from Groovy Bruce Campbell. You know him. Everybody's seen Army of Darkness and The Evil Dead, and I've brought up Burn Notice before. He's like the king of B movies. But he's got this long message talking about how he found out he's been diagnosed with cancer, and while it's not terminal, it is treatable. So it wasn't necessarily to get sympathy from people. It's mostly to let folks know what's going on. Like, hey, this is a thing I got to deal with. So any of my future scheduled appearances I'm going to have to back out of for the time being. Health comes first, and all this kind of stuff. And I was done with Tumblr for that then. Yeah, I had to set that down. That really sucks. I know it's going to be fine, don't get me wrong. It's Bruce Campbell, but out of all the people, man, it's never somebody bad that you don't like who gets cancer. Why is it gotta be Groovy Bruce? Everybody loves this guy. He's funny. He's a great actor. It's like he was in so many B movies that eventually one day he got popular, and then like he's in more mainstream stuff, and everybody knows who he is. But like the Man with the Screaming Brain and Bubba Hotep, stuff like that. I had just watched the other day My Name is Bruce. That is so funny. It came out in something like 2006 or 7. Like, bruh, I just watched this guy. But yeah, so that's going on. That's a bummer. Again, he'll be fine. I know if anybody can beat cancer, it's him. But that really that really blows. And then just before I go live, he posts a picture of a kitten. I didn't get cats. So yeah, that kind of really bummed me out. Like, oh great, that's what I needed to hear. As if this year isn't bad enough, then that comes up. Thank you very much. But he didn't say what kind it is. He just said it's treatable, so he's treating it. And dude is not that old. He was born in '58. I don't know, man. I mean, last I knew he's married. He's got I'm sure his kids are adults by now, so he's got good people around him and all that. So I just wish him well. Hope he gets well soon. That's really scary and boring to have to keep going to hospitals, especially if you have to get not radiation, chemotherapy. They make you keep showing up, and your hair falls out, and you gotta be around doctors. It wasn't me, but the last time I had to spend that much time in a hospital, I just remember this one white lady doctor, and no one teaches women about makeup, full stop. And she's an adult, and she went to med school, and she still didn't know about makeup because she was wearing a foundation that was way too dark for her. If you're gonna wear foundation that's about 3 or 4 shades too dark, don't stop it at the jawline. Take it all the way down your neck. But now that I think about it, it's better for her to have foundation that's too dark rather than going and seeing a white doctor who's tanner than a Mexican. Because why are you that dark? What brown countries were you visiting, and what were you doing outside all of that time? That's kind of very suspicious to me. So yeah, that wasn't good. But this wasn't good either, but maybe it'll be funny to you. And I think I just mentioned at my last show how I've mentioned this maybe 2 or 3 other times, but when I first built my house in Survival Minecraft, it's sort of like long uh, shoebox shaped. It's longer than it is wide. And at the time, it was 2 stories. I had the frame was made out of oak wood, and then the rest of it was stone. And I just, like you're just counting so many spaces so you can put your windows in the right spot, and making sure everything matches. And if there's support beams, making sure they line up in a practical way, get the floor down, stuff like that. That's all I was really thinking about. And then one day I step outside and I turn around to look at it. Like, wow, I built that. That's all me. That's all my effort. I dug all that out of the ground and made the stone and chopped down the wood and it counted it out. And wow, I built that. I'll be damned. And then I turned back around to do what I was doing, probably chopping down trees. Like, it couldn't have been 5 minutes. Turned back around. Oh, fuck, the back of it's on fire. I had my little fire, my lava farm just too close to the wooden frame, so I turned on the rain to make it rain and just replaced it all with stone. Fuck, so I've got my lava over the water now. Okay, so that was, let's say, back in September. Okay, fine. Jump to, I think it was the same day. I think it was the 3rd. So I'm just now I've got 3 places for the lava. It's over the water. Nothing can catch on fire out there. It's fine. But I take my bucket of lava, run it around to the back of the house to put it in my furnace, because a bucket of lava will burn up more items than a block of coal, charcoal, anything else. So that's why I do it. And if you take your lava, you take some kind of stone, you put some dripstone underneath it, you take a cauldron to collect the lava, and it will just perpetually make lava. Not exactly at the exact same rate. That's why I've got 3, but you're never going to run out that way. As long as you've got your source blocks up there, you don't lose those, you're fine. So that's what I've been doing this whole time. Very cool. You want to get you some dripstone. Uh, So, and I've done this before. I had my bucket of lava one time. I had it in my hand. I go to open the door, and I guess I was just too far away. And I dropped the lava. I set myself on fire. Oh, damn, I put myself out. It was fine. That's not what happened this time. I've always got my furnace running. That's how I get my levels up. I'm up to level like 201 now. So, how did this even happen? Maybe I was tired, but I go to just take my lava and, click on the furnace to put the bucket of lava in there. But I must have been too far away because I click and suddenly there's just like, it felt like a 2 pillar high thing of lava right in my face. And of course, you drop something, it spreads out, so it maybe goes out about 4 blocks, which, okay, that's kind of okay, but the problem is that I've got wooden barrels with my stuff in them, and the floor was carpet, and I guess I have fire spread on. Lisa Gray said, geez, sounds sort of like me in real life, minus the lava. Knock on wood, yeah. That I've chopped myself. None of the volcanoes nearby blow. Yeah, oh my god. Because wouldn't it land right on the wood pile and nowhere else, and suddenly there's just a problem? But so, okay, I dropped the lava. I realize stuff's going to catch on fire, but okay, logically, I should just be able to scoop up the lava source block and the rest of it will dissipate. Well, I kept clicking on it and nothing happened. I just was not picking it back up. So I had to pause for a second. Everything's on fire. You can't just quit the game. You got to deal with it. So I figure since I couldn't pick up the lava for whatever reason, let me just start hacking around the edges of the carpet so it doesn't spread out even farther. Oh, what's up, Brian? Glad you made it. He says, happy Saturday. Yeah, happy Saturday to you. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't already. Oh, man. So I had my axe. I normally take my axes. I buy them and they're enchanted. And then what you do, you get it down to 1. You take the enchantment off, so you get a little bit of experience. Then you can combine it with another diamond axe, so you get about 80 more chops out of it. And that was the plan. Didn't happen because I just used whatever tool was in my hand at the time. So I'm just taking that axe. I'm hacking it all the carpet so it doesn't spread out any farther. Like the ceiling is stone. But again, wooden barrels. Off to the side, I've got some shelves that have items in them. I lost one of them, so I lost maybe a bale of hay or 2, and a stack, or a stack of bales of hay and a stack of beets, which I can get more. That's fine. Um, the biggest loss was the carpet. I finally get it all put out. For some reason, I was able to scoop up the lava then. So nothing else is on fire. I'm just looking at bare stone. It just where the carpet used to be. Like, ah, fuck. But I still heard fire crackling. Fuck, upstairs is carpet! My bedroom is right upstairs. And it's carpeted as well. I wish I would have been filming. Oh my god, I run upstairs. I look over. It's all fire. Like Laura Collins would have loved it. I was not loving it. I couldn't see my bed. I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't see the floor. It was all just lava. My God. So it was just, I'm just too far away from the water to go grab a bucket and bring it back. And it's got a ceiling on it, so I can't, make it rain to put it out. It's all me. So there I am. I'm just hacking away at the ground, trying to get all the carpet. I don't want my bed. I've got some flowers up there. Oh, what's up, John Rogers? Glad you made it. I've got one of these. Maybe it's an orchid. If you were to grind it up, it would make cyan dye. They're so pretty. I've got one of those up there. I've got one of those. I don't really know the name of it, but if it's open and you grind it up, it turns into orange dye. But if it's closed and you grind it up, it turns into either gray or light gray dye. You get it from one of the pale oak forests. I think it closes up during the day and opens up at night. They're hard to get. I think I've had to buy them. I don't know if I've gone to a pale oak forest, but I don't know if I got any flowers. They're kind of rare. So I was worried about that. I was worried about my bed burning up, and then behind my headboard, that's dark wood. So And I've got bookshelves up there with books in them. So, but I was hacking away at the floor. Finally got it all put out. So again, it's just like stone for the floor. And I didn't hear any fire crackling. Like, so my bed didn't burn. I didn't lose anything that was wooden up in my room. Downstairs, I really just lost it. Again, that one shelf with a few items on it, but I'm just stuck there staring at the floor. Floors, plural. Like, now I know what the Bronte sisters' father was on about. They lived in a house. First of all, it was like downhill from the cemetery where the bodies are decomposing. So, like, they constantly had a problem with illness in that house because all of their water had to flow through the decaying bodies before it got to their house. Don't move your family. But the thing was, the dad was like nothing flammable on the first floor. No curtains, no carpet, no nothing. So it was just cold as hell downstairs. If you wanted to warm up, you had to go upstairs. And I'm thinking, that is so fucking strict, man. I don't like fire either. But damn, bruh, like nothing at all. Dude, I take it back. I see what he was on about. I would rather have just nothing but stone than have to worry about my shit burning up. This is twice now. So I'm like, fuck, how do I fix this? Because I like stone, it's okay, it's just a gray color, but sometimes that's just a little bit too bright for my eyes when I'm first playing. So I need something darker. So I'm thinking, what stone that do I have that's darker than just gray? Because there's stuff like andesite, but that's just still gray. I've mentioned diorite, that's white, that's even worse. So I can't use that. Granite's sort of pink colored. I really don't want pink floors. Since I can't cover them up with carpet, I gotta worry about what the stone is. So I'm like, wait a minute. I've got a dark stone down here. Lisa Gray, oh, Rotten Cadaver River. Yeah, it's like, here's the cemetery. Here's your house. It's the 1800s. You're drinking water. Why am I sick all the time? Why does this water taste like dead bodies? Like, could it be we're living right next to where the bodies are decomposing? Should we move Dad? He's like, no. He was like the pastor or something for the town. But, you know, where does it say that you have to live where all of the dead body runoff is? I'm not aware of that law. I would have been like, look, man, if I have to preach the whole town, I want to live above that or away from that. I don't care how long my commute to work is. I don't need my entire family sick their whole lives. He didn't say that. He was just worried about fire. Okay. Priorities, I guess. So I go down into the basement and I have deep slate. It's a very dark gray, almost black. And at first I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't put it into my stone cutter. I couldn't put it into a crafting table. It wouldn't turn into anything. So I finally just went to I was just that pissed off. Went to the Minecraft wiki. I was going to say Dark Shadows, but that wouldn't have helped. I go to the Minecraft wiki and it's like, what the hell can I do with deep slate? It's like, oh, first it has to be cobbled deep slate and then you can turn it into something. So that's basically me. I set it all outside, about a stack worth, hack it all up so it goes from deep slate into cobbled deep slate. Then I could turn it into stuff. Then you got about like 4 different options for stones. It's like, one of them, it's like stone, but it's dark stone. So it looks like the stone bricks, but they're just dark. I've used that before in creative mode. So there's that. There's just, cobbled deep slate, slabs. I've got slabs for the roof, so it's not that claustrophobic. And then 2 other kinds. It's like, well, I'm gonna want a few different variations. I want one for the kitchen, I want one for the main entrance, and then one for the bedroom. So all 3 of them are different, and that's what I've got like the stone around for the edges. I've got one a pattern up top. I've got one like the cobbled deep slate for the kitchen, and another one that looks more industrial, I suppose, for the main sort of entrance there. Which was fine until I look up and it's like half of the ceiling is the new deep slate, plus just regular ass stone, so I had to change that. Otherwise, it just looks silly. So that's all changed. There's no carpet. I put that shelf back. I got the items back. So there's nothing else flammable in there except for the barrels. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to take this a step further. So right in front of, I've got two furnaces and I've got a blast furnace off to the side. Oh, Jules, what's up? Glad you made it. She says, are you in your new digs? Hope it all went okay. It's still like there's still some issue with some paperwork that's got to get sorted out next week. So it's sort of been more time to pack, but at the same time, I've been getting headaches that have been lasting 2 or 3 days. So it's like, I'm not doing anything today. So in a way, it's good because it would have sucked to be moving this week with all the rain and the headaches I've been getting. So maybe that's a good thing. Just gotta see what it's like on. They're closed on the weekend, so I can't do anything about anything until Monday. But we'll see how Monday goes, and then see about getting stuff moved in. I guess it's good. It's warming up, so there's no worry about slipping on ice or anything like that. Oh my god, I was so pissed off. That was like the very end of my PlayStation play session. Like about halfway through it, I got the notification. It makes this terrible crackling sound, and then it tells me I have a low battery, so it scares that. You can give me the notification without the sound too. Oh my god. George, yeah, moving is a stressful time. Headaches are understandable. Yeah, it's just I don't always put it together right away, but the fact that I haven't been in the chiropractor in a while, I am prone to headaches, so of course that's gonna pop up. And oh, what's up? What's up, Pete? Glad you made it. Says happy Saturday, everyone. And Nikki, yeah, glad you made it. Smash that like button right meow. We're just kicking it. And they do say, like, what do they say, like, the 3 most stressful events in your life are, like, a baby being born, a move. What's the other one? Like a marriage or a death in the family, something like that. So, it's, I see why, too, because as you're packing stuff up, you're not trying to think about it, but then you start thinking about, oh, man, I got this back at this time, or so-and-so was with me when I bought this, and, like, you end up reminiscing and you don't mean to. I hate that. Pete says, I like the purple hat. Me too. I love it. Yeah, I guess having an STD would be stressful. Julie, yeah, marriage, new job, yeah, any kind of big change like that, and just all the, like, it's like you're packing up presents for Christmas, but you know what they are, so there's no excitement involved, just the fact that you're putting stuff into boxes, taping them up, just to lift them up, take them somewhere else, set them down, and open them up again, and just, oh, it's that thing I remembered packing. So it's still, like I was saying, I probably could have done a review today, but considering it's the fact it's 2 years since I've been uploading videos, it's good to stop and take notice of the fact rather than just letting it blow by. I feel like I just let some little YouTube type anniversaries just sort of float on by rather than giving them the attention they deserve. That's my bad. Death of a loved one. Yeah, that's what fucked me up. That fucked me up for the rest of my life. I just remember from talking to Gadget Doc, he had mentioned that back when he married his wife, she was pregnant right around at the same time. Like damn, like you didn't have enough going on, bruh. But so I had half of my house done, and I was that pissed off about it. I'm like, no, I can't wait until. Sometimes I just wait and play after the show. But the next day I was like, no, I gotta get this finished up, or I'm just gonna be pissed off about it all day. So I signed in, finish up the rest of my floors, and then I go down in my basement and I realize that the entire thing is made out of wood. It alternates. I've got it's all oak, but I've got like strip logs going up and down, and then like logs like to the side, so you can see the like design on the top and the bottom, like 4 of those, and it's just a pattern like that, and the entire house, it has a full basement. So what you have seen in the thumbnails that I use, that entire, you know, long house has a basement, and then the farm that's attached to it, all of that is dug out as well. You can take that water all the way down to the basement and go all the way up to the top where there's the copper. So it's, you know, worst case scenario, what do I do? Oh, I forgot to say that in front of my furnaces and my blast furnace now, I put some, you know, blocks underneath there in the basement, and I filled all of that in with water. So I've got a little water trough in front of my furnaces. All of this is inside of the fireplace, but there's water in front of it now. All of it is that dark stone. But yeah, I'm thinking, okay, worst case scenario, if something else fiery drops down, what if it catches the wall on fire? I don't need my entire basement burning up, because that's where I have everything else stored, all of my other types of wood, all of the stone I've collected, extra coal, all of that stuff. Oh, what's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. What's up? Yeah, great to see everybody here. So it's like, what do I do with this basement? But I guess the floor is has spruce wood, but the walls were all oak wood. It's like, what do I do about this? I really don't want it any darker, but I don't want it anything flammable. So I'm like, okay, I've got a lot of mud brick. I'm looking that up on the Wikipedia. Can this be set on fire from lava? No. Okay, what about copper? No. All right, good. So, and then I had a white oak, which is just white wood for like the entire border along the top, just to make it brighter down there without having to hang up so many lanterns or torches, just using lighter wood. Jules, yeah, that could be a problem. I don't need all the work I've put in since September going up in flames like that. So I'm like, okay, I still want to do this alternate thing. What do I do? And I kind of tinkered around with a few ideas, but now I've got it where the stripped oak was. That's just mud brick, which is just a sort of a tan color. When you put it on the ground and walk on it, it does have this extra little sound to it. It kind of sounds like you're walking on hollow bricks. It makes this little extra sound. It's kind of cute. But I've got that on the walls, and then in between each one of those, I've got copper, waxed copper blocks, so they just stay that coppery, reddish orange color. They're not gonna turn green or anything like that. So I did that, and then instead of the white bricks, or instead of the white wood, the white oak, I took diorite, or made polished diorite stairs, and got those going around, just for the part that's underneath the house proper, not the part that's underneath the farm part where my food grows at, because there's nothing, if something were to catch on fire where the furnaces are, there's no way it could spread to over there. And then the floor that's got about 2 blocks worth of mud brick. And then right in the center I use, it's cyan terracotta, but the thing with terracotta is they take into consideration the fact that it's normally an orangey color. So it's as if you take this orangey terracotta color and mix in cyan, which is a pretty blue-green color. I like it. When you mix those together, it becomes gray, just straight up gray. So that's what I've got in the middle there. Because again, I didn't want it flammable, but I didn't want something too bright down there, and that works out well. Anything terracotta really looks good with the mud brick. Maybe it's because it's all made out of mud, but it's that works out pretty well. Not the fired, patterny terracotta, you know, just the gray stuff. Oh, what's up, I bet Chef Satan? Glad you made it. Smart hat. I love this hat. That's why I get cold too. I'll be mad when it gets warm out. I won't be able to wear it. I love this hat. I feel like more like myself when I'm wearing it. And this is a Not Today Satan Ray Still Plays shirt. This is a, I forget what size this is. I usually wear the long sleeve one. They don't make these anymore. I'm going to have to make my own merch. So that's the floor now. It's got like an alternate with like the reddish orange copper and then the mud brick going all the way around. Dandy had 2 years already? Wow, it flies by. It really flies by. I couldn't tell you what I was doing this time last year. And suddenly it's just been a whole an entire 2 years, and I've uploaded every single week for 2 years. I haven't been doing live shows for 2 years yet, but that's still, constantly doing something that's, just me. I'm not using AI content. I'm not doing a clip show. I'm not doing uh, when you tune into an episode of a TV show and it's nothing but like clips from previous. It's not a clip show. There we go. I'm not like reminiscing about other shows and doing clips. Yeah, it's just all me sitting in front of a camera, just talking to you guys. And it's awkward as fuck to just film and not have anything to riff off of. I don't know if I could go back to doing that. That's really odd. I'd really much prefer to do everything live. It just, you know what, this humidity is just making my hair so frizzy. After I conditioned it and braided it and everything, it's like a scared cat. That's how it normally looks. Oh, I bet Satan says a smart talk. Yeah, cute hat. It's great. It was a gift. I bet Satan. Yeah, terracotta talk. We live off grid. Yeah, it's fun to make. It's actually fun to make. But as I was doing that, and as awkward as it is to have that trough above my head that has the water in it, it wasn't exactly lining up. Like off to the side, it's like it needed to be pushed out another block. And that's when I remembered, oh yeah, this does need to be pushed out another block because I just remembered from, I guess when I first dug it out, I didn't dig it out far enough. So it was just, you're not going to notice it unless you look up, and I look up there, so I had to change it. And I get it one extra block dug out. I've got a lot of chests up there with all of my wood. That's the only other thing. I do have my wood underneath there. So if something were to fall, maybe I can move it back, but it's for right now, it's okay. I think I would almost rather build out another section and put my kitchen out there rather than have to move stuff around in my basement again. Possibly. I know I got my two sheds out there that are wooden, but maybe I just need to build out a little extra. I guess it'd be this side, an extra little bit that's just for cooking. We'll see how that goes. But I got it dug out one extra block back, and then I realized that's not going to make things line up with the mud brick copper, because it's got to be both mud brick and the corners there. So I had to dig it out too, then put everything back in, and just you put in a chest, take everything out of the one, put it in the other one, hack this down. I've been doing a lot of back and forth with that. But that's all. Everything is it's evenly spaced out now. Nothing is flammable except for the chest full of wood. Uh, and I've got some extra armor down there. Right now I had to trade for it, but I've got an entire diamond, like my helmet, my chest plate, my pants, and my shoes are all diamond. And then when on my birthday, actually, I went to the Lord of the Flies town, and I traded for another full set. So if something happens to this, I've got backup. So that's in there. Oh my god, man. Lisa Grace says, went through a 2-day winter storm with 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Sideways snow, drifts everywhere. Oh, a shrew decided to invade my house. Ugh, war. I won, yeah. Trespasser! I would accept Satan, no cool show, so interesting to me. Yeah, just hanging out, just chilling. sort of like a radio show in the way that there are no visuals, you just have to imagine everything. At Bitch Slap Satan, so we are planning on using zinc and copper plates to run electricity up here on the farm. We're planning it now, a 2-year project. Yeah, more power to you. You mentioned zinc and copper. I'm like, oh, what kind of pills are those? Oh, for the, yeah, electricity. Those need copper, don't they? Terracotta in Minecraft is interesting because you can, just make it and it's this orangey color, and then you add another color to it. And again, like I say, they keep that base color in mind. So if you take like purple with terracotta, it's more like an orchid type of color. At least with magenta, it sort of turns this orchid color, which is fine. But when you take blue and mix it with terracotta, it looks like purple. So that's what I've got up in my bedroom. You can't tell it's blue unless you break some of it down. It looks purple, so that's what I'm using up there. And then orange just looks extra orangey. Even the black has this slight, it's not pitch black. It's got a little bit of a brownness to it. So I like that. But then what you do with your colored terracotta, you put it in your furnace, and then it comes out as glazed terracotta. Every different color has a different pattern. And to just go from this muted, kind of unassuming color palette, you get this glazed terracotta coming out, and it's got the wildest patterns and colors and swirls, and like, how do I get that? And then this comes out. What the hell? It doesn't. And then you put them in a chest together, and it's like, these don't really even match. They don't even go together. What the hell? Like red terracotta and just red glazed terracotta? Like, what the hell? What's going on? How do they get from that to this? It didn't make sense to me for the longest time. That's just how the game is. But then I was just screwing around with it, setting them down. And I realized that if you take your glazed terracotta and set it next to, let's say like cyan terracotta, glazed terracotta, set that down next to some cyan concrete, those go together. Nobody told me that, but if you take your glazed terracotta and use it with your colored concretes, those go together better than terracotta and glazed terracotta, to me anyway. I mean, you can find some trail ruins and you get the mud brick, terracotta, glazed terracotta all together. But the fact that glazed terracotta is so vibrant and concrete is so vibrant, those go together much better to my eye. And then concrete's one of those ones, you can't just make it, because then it would just probably be gray, so you have to add a color to it. But yeah, that was it's twice my house is almost burned down. Is Steve a fire sign? What's going on? Oh, I bet you that's saying. I thought you said I thought I was talking about electricity. Nah, not really. I still don't know that much about redstone. I have a couple of things that I've built with redstone. I sort of understand how it works, but then you get for the bamboo farm, you have to use an observer. I understand how an observer like sees a change and then it makes something else move, but it's this observer facing straight up, and you've got a stone wall going up as high as you need it, and up at the very top there's just a regular wooden trap door, and all that makes sense to me. But what doesn't make sense is when up at the top there are observers too, so when those see that the bamboo has grown tall enough, it somehow sends a signal to the trapdoor, which makes it activate, and that's what makes the I forget what they're called, but those are the things that actually push out to break the bamboo, so it all comes crumbling down that it can be gathered up. While I don't understand it, I was able to copy it from a video after a week and build one for my own. So that's as far as I go. Redstone is the Minecraft version of electricity, and considering what I know about electricity on here. Oh, that reminds me, I ought to check the audio. I've been on for an hour. I meant to check this sooner I was talking. Hold on, I'll do that now. Where am I at? Where am I at? Here I am. Just a second. I'll be right back over. Please. Yeah, yeah, that's how it sounds. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's okay. That's the other thing too. I want to look for a microphone for this thing, but something about having a headache makes it hard to look at the words on the screen. Man, it's hard to read reviews. Yeah. Minecraft is fun. Not sponsored by Mojang or anything, but Mojang or Mojang. People say it both ways. $30. It's fun. Ugh. And yeah, I could just turn fire spread off, but I'm already playing on survival mode, a peaceful version, so it's sort of easy enough. I should be able to not set my house on fire. I misclicked. I don't understand why I couldn't just scoop the lava back up first and then put out the fire. I had this friggin' mountain of fire just kicking it in my kitchen, burning up everything, and I was on fire too, so I've got my own flames going on. Everything's burning up around me. Got it. God. Got it all put out. Still hear fire. Go upstairs. Look. It's nothing but fire. It's scary as hell. Oh, that could have been so much worse. That's why you don't build a house out of wood. I know you have to do it when you first start building. But then I think the first time I built in survival, I built everything out of cobblestone. And it was just a little 5x5 just box. But then I was still getting used to the patterns of everything, and I had ladders going up to the second story, and I quickly found out that all that cobblestone, that's just too much pattern for my eyes. And I also don't like ladders, because when you're going up a ladder, that's all you see. It's just that going in front of your face. So I'm like, no, this hurts too bad. I'm going to get stairs, and I'm going to get rid of all this cobble. So I changed it to stone and stone brick. Basically, this Minecraft building adventures sound rather intriguing. Wish I could apply such to my back 40. Sure would be handy. Redoing my DIY fire pit once the snow is gone. Oh, cool. See, that's what you can do rather than folks have their Pinterest boards. Just take whatever you want to, like if you want to make a gazebo, build it in Minecraft first. That way you can sort of get roughly the scale and dimensions of it, and maybe the colors of the wood and whatnot. And if you don't like it, you can build something right next to it in with different wood and stone and see if you like that better. You can even build a version of your own house so it's roughly the dimensions of it. And if you want to get super technical, one block is a meter, so if you really want to measure stuff out in real life and have it be the same as in the game, you can go that far. I really haven't built anything from real life in Minecraft, but you can. I mean, people build modern looking, like nowadays, homes and apartments and whole ass cities and like Amsterdam and New York City and things like that. I don't know if it's exactly to scale, but at least from a distance, it looks like it. Oh, I bet Chef Satan says we study terracotta earth batteries. That is cool. Is that like when you I don't know what you do, but like you can take a lemon and make a clock? Is it like that? A lemon or a potato? I think it's a lemon. You can do something with the potato. Oh, let me open up my notes. So yeah, I'm sure Laura Collins would have liked that, but no, I don't know. Not everything I've built. That's not cool. I might. I don't know. The more I think about it, it's well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I could move the stuff in my basement, but the fact that my kitchen is basically underneath my bed, if that burns up, then I don't understand how the fire can go through the stone because stone can't burn unless it went up through the fireplace and just hopped onto the carpet upstairs. That doesn't make sense. And I don't know exactly how far away fire needs to be from something to not catch it on fire, but I can't make my roof any higher because it's at the same levels as my farm that's off to the side. So that's why I can't, say, build a wraparound house because then it will block out the sun and then my crops won't grow. I've got to have extra light in there as it is just to make everything grow because the sun just does not hit certain spots. So I'll have like some torches or some glowstone. So rather than have, I really don't want to have like, say, an entire wall of lights just to grow my food, just to have a sort of L-shaped house. I don't know, I'll work something out. Oh man, I just cannot believe that happened, bruh. I'm glad I had all of that dark stone, and then I'm like, where did I get deep slate? It must have been way early on, because I haven't done a lot of mining. It does sort of get it does sort of get depressing being down in the mines and not seeing the sun for somebody who's always inside. When I was working on my basement, I spent just some time down there moving stuff around, and then you get tired of that. Go outside. I've got my tree farm, so I'm slowly like chopping down trees, and then on the other side, planting some more. So I've always got some growing. I can always chop some down, so I can always keep my furnace going because that furnace collects levels, experience points for you. Eventually, you just clear it out, you break it, you get all of that experience at once. So I can get maybe like 3 levels if I do it about every 10 levels or so. Oh, what's up, Modus? Glad you made it. What a pleasant surprise. I was surfing and the algo sent me here. Oh, cool. That's nice of them. I've only been up here for 2 years. That's nice of you to do mention me to folks who subscribe to my channel. Make sure you are subscribed. That helps out the channel. Plus, on the off chance that I have to turn on subscriber only chat, you won't have to subscribe, wait for 5 minutes, and then be able to chat. So plant some trees, go work on the inside, get done with that, go back outside, go inside, work on the basement, go outside, work on the trees. And if it starts raining, I fish, get experience points that way. Oh yeah, notes. Oh, what else happened? That email. Oh yeah, it was it last? It was last week. I told everybody, I've been telling you folks to make sure you have it set so you can receive gift subscriptions from channels. If you want the steps, I can put them in the chat room, but make sure you have that on. And it is site-wide, even though it says if you turn it on for one channel or turn it off for a channel, it's still on or off for other channels. That is not true. I tried it out myself. Once you have it switched on, it's on for every channel that can have subscription or gift memberships. And if you turn it off, it's off for everyone. So make sure you do have that on. Otis said, wanted to cut my grass, but it's rainy in Dallas. Ah, damn. Yeah, we've been getting rain. It's humid. It's got my hair extra frizzy. I don't care for that. I had a feeling this would happen, and it did. But we're sitting it, quite frankly, this week, and the same person. I think they have done this before for folks. Is it Joricho? But they did a gift sub thing for 5 folks, and so I had some extra stuff pop up on my screen. It was like almost at the start of the show, so I got a gift sub for or gift membership for, quite frankly, and you get that for a solid month, like 30 days. So I thanked them for it. Um, just wow. After I just got one over on Twitch a couple of weeks ago, I got one for the same channel on a different platform. Like, damn. Um, and I don't know. Maybe that was me putting it out into the universe, because I was saying that because I have had folks get in touch with me about buying me things or getting me stuff for gift cards or merch and stuff like that, and it's like their heart's in the right place. I get it. I really do appreciate the thought, but just honestly, right now with the move and just what's going on with the medical stuff, with the headaches and the bad back, honestly, the best thing that can help me out is just using the Venmo or buy me a coffee so I can have those bucks in case I need them for just moving expenses, food, stuff like that. And maybe in a month or two, when things calm down, I can hopefully things are calmed down in a couple of months, and then I can think more about merch and things like that. But I'm really more. It's mostly about like getting the move taken care of. I really do need to get a better microphone. Um, I know that doesn't help me move, but it helps me out with the channel, and the channel's important. I really do. As wacky and lame as things get in life, it really does help to know that at the end of the week, I get to see you guys here, and there's that consistency. I know that's good for other people to have a consistent show to go to, and it's good for myself. It's if I didn't have this to go to, the weeks would really not have anything to, or the days wouldn't have anything to balance themselves out with. It would just be just this mush of days and lame events, and just fuck, I gotta get up and do it. So to avoid that, this sort of it's like a saving grace. I didn't realize how beneficial it would be to myself to start doing live shows, but it really has been. Otis, they don't have PayPal. They end up. I think that's one of the ones that doxes you. Like oh, what is it? Give, Send, Go, or what's the other one? You know what I'm talking about? Those they dox your last name. So if whatever they make you use your legal name, and then they don't have an option for you to change your display name to something else. So when you sign up for that, you're automatically doxing your not public name, which I don't think is safe, because what if you are, say you're a woman and your husband or your boyfriend is after you and your kids, and you just had to leave his house, and you have no income, so you're asking for help from strangers online, but you don't want to give your last name because that's how your husband or your boyfriend can find you. Well, it's not going to give you that option. You have to dox your legal name in order to even ask for any help. So how is that helping anybody? You're just putting that woman into more danger that she could have avoided by using the name Betty instead of Joanne Johnson, whatever the hell her name is. Oh, what's up, Brenda? Glad you made it. It says happy 2-year anniversary. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up for 2 years. I was surprised anybody even uh like showed up to my first live show, and it was fun. And it's always been fun. It's always fun doing live shows. Yeah, Moda says, F give send go. It's what's the one? Is that the one? Okay, there was that one. I can't think of the name right now, but back when those Canadian truckers were on strike or something like that, and people were giving them money so they could have it for gas and stuff, and then the companies decided that they're just not going to pay it out to them. Was that give send go, or was it? I can't think of the other one right now, but you know what I'm talking about. You guys watch the news, I don't. Oh, what's up, Kara? Glad you made it. That says happy anniversary, Nikki. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Brenda says, I click on lives and they start at the beginning. Not sure if it's still going live. Yeah, it's live right now. Been live for a little over an hour. GoFundMe, yeah, they're the ones. Everybody was donating to the truckers, and they decided that they're just not going to pay out. No, that's what it was. GoFundMe. They let you change your first name, but not your last name. So you have to dox your last name to even use GoFundMe. So that's right out. And then Give Send Go. I emailed them asking, like, hey, is there a way to change your can you use a display name that's different from the name you have to use to sign up with? Never heard back. So they don't even use emails. Same thing for Cash App. You have to, again, dox your legal name in order to use that. So I can't use that. There's another one I tried, but I think it's so messed up that they don't. I understand having to use your legal name because it's usually tied to a bank account, so that has to match up. I get it, but there's absolutely no reason why your display name can't be different. No reason for that at all. Zero reason. Unless they're trying to get people hurt and stalked. It makes no sense. But yeah, Venmo, I get 100% of that. That goes to me. Buy Me a Coffee is interesting because they have they do have this big long explanation as to why they take out so much money from you. It's on a sliding scale where if you're getting, say, $50 back, they're taking a bigger percent out of that than they would if you were getting $150 back. So it's really shady to the way they do it like that. It should be like, I understand that I don't really understand, but they do say they have to put it through something called Stripe, and then it goes to your account. So it can take over a week for it to show up versus Venmo, which takes at the most 3 days, and they don't take anything out of your cut. Somebody gives you $100, you can put $100 into your bank account and withdraw that $100. But with with Buy Me a Coffee, somebody gives you $100, you're only getting I don't know, like 85, and then it takes between 7 and 9 days for it to show up. About the time it would take for them to send a paper check, and then it shows up. So if you use Buy Me a Coffee, don't expect that money immediately. And they also, while Venmo will let you, say you got $100 in your account, you only want 50, you can send 50 into your bank account versus Buy Me a Coffee. Whatever you have coming to you is what they send out. You can't have $100 sitting there and only want 50. There's no option to withdraw less than exactly what they're letting you have of the money you earned. So I think it's funny how a site that takes longer and does less charges you versus Venmo, which doesn't charge anything. But that's all I was able to sign up for. I don't have super chats because you need to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 views. Public watch hours in 1 year for that. So I'm a little far off from that. Amanda said, I swiped to catch up. Don't know if this is a new YouTube scheme. Whenever you show up to a live show, just slide it all the way to the side. It should say live when you do that, rather than just like it'll be gray. But then if you swipe it all the way over, it turns red, and that means you're watching it live as it happens. Sometimes you do have to do that. Oh yeah, Jenna, that's a good idea. She says maybe start an Amazon wish list for the channel stuff and random things, Amazon gift cards too. Yeah, that actually would help out. I will when I'm finally able to narrow down one of these microphones and just, well, you got to get a microphone and a stand for it. I'll definitely do that, and I know that I can share a link to that. Um, I know that's a thing. I just remembered that's a thing since you brought it up. Yeah, thank you. It's been a while since I've done that, but yeah, thanks for that. Moda says, I think I've donated cash about 100 a couple of times. Yeah, something like that. And it's totally optional. If you've donated to me before, that's fine. If you haven't donated to me before, that's fine. Nobody has to spend a penny to. I don't think anybody should have to spend any money to enjoy content from a creator. I understand having stuff behind a paywall, if you have like Patreon, things like that. I totally get that. I understand that is a way for a channel to make money. I get that, but I don't think people should have to feel like they need to open up their wallet just to get the full experience from a channel. That seems really cheap. That they're, even though it costs money, that it just seems so shady to expect people to. But like, why don't you have everybody like who likes your channel fill out a tax form, and then you can decide who you want to let subscribe to your channel based on their income if you're that much of a snob. No, like I understand why there's like membership videos for Gray Still Plays. He uploads a video once a week, and it's random. Sometimes it's extras just that did not make the cut from his videos. Sometimes he's just talking about life stuff. Sometimes he's got a really bad cold, so it's just his voice. It's not himself, so it's easier for his editor. Like, I get that, but that's just a small part of his channel. He still is uploading every single day of the week, minus Tuesdays. So that's 6 days a week of regular content, and then just one bonus video, and that's what's the $3.99 for an entire month. That's not a crazy amount. Moda says 1954 to 1963 is not a generation, Dandy. That's right in there at the end of Boomers. So it does seem like a well, you got like the newer. Like, I was born in '82, and then my brother was born in 1990. So while we're still the same generation, there's like stuff that he was into when he was a kid. That's like right about when I stopped watching, say, like stuff on Nickelodeon. So he knows more about it than I do, even though we're the same generation. So it's like some things we're separate on, but then some things about music, like, oh, we both know a lot about this because it happened in our generation. So it just it depends. Or like versus talking with folks born at the like late late 90s. Like, dude, I remember the day you were born. What the hell? I don't remember you being born that day, but I remember what I was doing that day. Just, oh my god, I'm that old. Yeah, and he says I'm 1963 boomer, lol. Yeah, that's cool. That's all right. It depends on how you feel. There's folks that are born in the like Gen X age that they might act more like boomers. They might act more like their Generation Y. You got folks that will sit there and actually throw a fit about you calling them a millennial. I'm not a millennial. It's like, you were born in 1984, guy. Yes, you are. just deal with it, man. It's just a name for a period of time. That's like getting mad by somebody saying you were born in 1984. Well, what the hell else would you call it? The year after 1983? It's just a name. If you're that triggered by a name, you need to delete your account, factory reset your phone, and return it because you're just not old enough to be here. It's just a name for a thing. I've known folks that are, technically boomers, and they might as well be Zoomers the way they act because they just never grew up. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're a certain level of maturity. It just happens to be where your birthday, when you were born. If you don't like when you were born, I guess call up your parents and be like, why were you fucking 9 months ahead of time, Mom and Dad? John Rogers says, I'm 67. No way. Or you were born in 67. Oh, thank you. I just gotta. Oh, it's not gonna show me. I'm not signing in to buy me a coffee. I'll just go to the website. Better not make me sign into this too. Well, it will, but it's dark mode, so it's not gonna hurt my eyes. The Wi-Fi went out earlier. Oh, okay. Dandy, thank you. Says congrats on 2 years. Oh my God, thanks so much. Oh, you're awesome. Yeah, that helps out. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh yeah, born in 67. Like, there's no way that guy's 67 years old. He's 45. Kara says all my friends are boomers and my husband. I just remember working at the factory with these folks that are like they're definitely boomer age, but then they're acting like they're grandchildren or great grandchildren. Is nobody wants to see a 60-some-year-old acting like they're 14. Like, what the hell happened to you that you didn't grow up? Otis said, I just don't want the pigeonhole answer of identity. I'm just the coolest old dude you might meet. Yeah. It's just a name for a period of time, like the Dark Ages or the turn of the century. Kara said, I was considering making parody content once, hence my screen name. I still might do parody for a 70s cigarette mom. Oh, that's cool. I'd always have that cigarette. Other hand's got a cigarette in it. Reach over here. Oh, I dropped my cigarette. Just, oh, good. I've got one here. Brenda said, as kids, we played a game called Whiplash. A chain of hands holding kids running and trying to whiplash the kid at the end. That's how the beginning. That's how being the end of the boomer generation is to me. Yeah, when you try to get the kids to whip around, yeah. I see what you mean. Brenda says, I got along better with Gen X and Greatest Generation. I've always gotten along with folks like very much older than myself. I was working in as a cashier, working at the gas station, and even later places, and I'm in my 20s and 30s, and the folks that are just a lot of fun to talk to are like gray-haired folks, like they're a year or two away from retirement, or they've been retired for 10 years, and like, yeah, they've got time to talk because they're retired, but like they got some cool stories and just a different outlook on stuff. And like, those folks are always, it's kind of sad to think about them now. Like, I hope they're not all dead, but I guess when it's your time, it's your time. But like, those folks are always cool to talk to. They've got a nifty story every once in a while to tell you about, and I mean, younger folks too. There's some younger folks you talk to, and like you can tell how old somebody is when you're talking to them. You're thinking like, man, this dude is all of 20 years old, but I'll be damned if he doesn't tell an interesting story. So it takes all kinds. You can't necessarily judge somebody by their age, because it certainly doesn't mean that they're that mature. That just means how many years they've been on the planet. Like I've met people that were, how old was I? I was about 21, let's say. 20 or 21. And I met this dude, and I would have sworn up and down he was at least 25. Like, hand to heaven, there's no way this dude was a minute younger than 25. And then come to find out he's a year younger than me. And it's just because that's just the way he carried himself. He wasn't trying to act like an old man or act like he was older than his age, but he was just had that level of maturity. So, okay, so it doesn't, it depends. How many young folks, you know, they have their shit together, and then you talk to the parents and they're fucking up and on drugs. Like maybe you need to follow your kid's example and, you know, get your head out of your ass. Kara said I had the Sig mom constantly demeaning me. I'd make it funny though, not sure YouTube would allow it. I mean, as long as you don't market for children, that's okay. You're allowed to have your cigarette there. Moda says, by Hey 19 by Steely Dan is my epiphany. Listen to the lyrics. Alright, alright. I don't know if I know any Steely Dan songs. Do I have any more notes? Notes. Yeah, so yeah, I get some, again, see, that's what I sort of feel bad about having all of this, having these gift subscriptions. I just don't have, I barely have time for myself, so I really don't have time for, you know, watching any extra videos or going to other live shows and things like I love Puff's Gaming 81, and I think one of the things with his subscription or membership, channel membership, is like an extra live show or something like that, which I don't know when that is, and whenever it is, I probably wouldn't have time for it, especially if it's some random time, like it doesn't have a set time to go live at, so I would just feel bad about paying it. Like, it's not that much for a membership, it might be $5, but I would still feel bad about missing out on that when I could be getting to know some of his other chatters, because I slowly, so I can't always watch his live shows because it's younger folks, so they talk really fast. But like, you sort of get an idea of who people are in a chat room as you would anywhere, even though it's a big room. And like some of those folks, I'd like to get to know a little bit better, but it's the fact that I can't participate in it just makes me feel bad. I love live shows. I like that, you know, nothing else is like it. You can watch a video after the fact, but you're not in it with everybody else, experiencing it at the exact same time, you know, commenting on it live, and when they say, you know, type 1 if you can hear me, and everybody's typing their ones, and it just turns into spam, but like that's what they asked for in the moment. You can't go into the comment section and type 1 because it's over, so who the hell cares? So I like that whole being there live thing, and I mean, like, yeah, some I do watch after the fact just to have something to watch, but I don't have the, you know, chat room on just because, you know, what if somebody says something that I would have liked to comment on if I was there at the time, but now I can't, so it's just gone forever. It just, or like you say something and that gets other people talking, like somebody brought up ice cream, and I mentioned how coffee chip ice cream is good. It's coffee ice cream with chocolate chips in it. Sometimes it's dark chocolate. And that started a whole thing about everybody talking about their favorite ice cream. And then finally somebody asked Puff what his favorite ice cream is. And he's like, you know, mint chocolate chip. And it's like, that got a thing going. That was so cool. You can't do that after the fact. So it's, Like little stuff like that. Lisa Gray says, love Steely Dan. Was into Def Leppard. I was going to. I was going to name my son Steely Leopard. His father refused. See, now that's a great internet handle. Or, like, what if he started doing a live show where he talks about music? That could be, like, his name, but what happens when he goes to get married? You know, I Steely Leopard take girl with normal name to be my. Yeah, dude, how wasted was your mom when you were born? Like, oh, I had that playing in the delivery room. And I'm like, that's your name, son. And my blood alcohol level was a 3 point. No, Brenda, yeah, kind of like hanging out with friends in the kitchen at a party. Yeah, you know, you can have your friends tell you about it after the fact. Oh, dude, Bill was there. He got so fucked up, and then he was wearing a lampshade on his head, and the cop showed up, and bruh, he wasn't wearing any pants. So it's okay to hear about that after the fact. That's funny, but it's even better to be there in real time. Like, oh shit, he's not wearing pants. Where is this going? I'm just trying to drink my drink and just, oh damn, there's the flashing lights. I gotta go. There's his pants still on the floor. So it's like that, but you don't have any chance of getting arrested at the live show. Lotus says Steely Dan called the band name from William S. Burroughs' Naked Lunch. That's what she called her dildo. Naked Lunch. What was I watching? Because I don't know much about Queen, full stop, the band. But then I know that they had an album called A Night at the Opera, and I only know that name because it's the name of a Marx Brothers film. So I didn't know if they were fans or if that's just a name that they just pulled out of a hat. But then it turns out they are Marx Brothers fans, so that's why they used that name. I'm like, I want to know more about these guys now. If they're into the Marx Brothers, they can't be too bad. Like, I didn't know until maybe a couple years ago because there was a lot of. They make a movie about something and suddenly that content's everywhere online. So whenever that biopic came out about Queen, that's when there's more content about, you know, the band online. And again, I don't know much about them at all. I know Bohemian Rhapsody from Wayne's World. That's it. I thought that was a joke song that they made just for the movie. Had no idea that was a real song, that it was a real hit back in the day. I literally thought it was just made for the movie. And it's like one of the wackiest parts of the whole film. So I'm like, well, this works. I see why they did it. No idea it was a real song. Didn't know anything about the band. So then a couple years ago, I finally listened to it's a bit of an interview with Freddie Mercury, and he's there talking. I'm like, oh, he's English. I didn't know. But it was saying, I forget exactly what they asked him. If it was some like a, you consider yourself an artist, or what exactly the question was. But his answer was, he said, well, I'm a musical prostitute. That kind of opened my eyes to the music industry a little bit. It's like, you know what, that's really what they're doing, because they don't get to, you know, pick the singles. I'm sure they can fight for a single, but they can't exactly say, I'm here's my album, I want this to be the single. Record company says no, they don't think it's going to perform well. Maybe they just want to be contrary. No, you're not going to do that. Even as far as what songs make it onto the album, you can submit what you'd like, but then the record company gets it. They're like, we're gonna take this out. You're gonna use that instead, but we want you to tweak it. So it's you're kind of at the whim of the company that's paying for you to put that music out. John Rogers, yeah, the record company didn't want to release it, but the band insisted on it. Like, oh no, it's gonna be great. And it was like 6 minutes long, so they didn't think it was gonna fly. How long were songs back then? Because I know '60s songs were you could make a 3 minute song in the '60s, and that's fine. Can't do that nowadays. That's unacceptable. And honestly, what I was watching was History Buffs. He had covered Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a two-parter, and by the time I got to the second part, I realized I'd watched it before, but which is fine. It's entertaining. If it's that good, it's worth watching it more than once. But then I was remembering, I'm like, wait, wasn't this sad at the end? Like I know he gets AIDS and dies, but I'm like, what? No, wasn't this review sad? And I can even as bad as my memory is, if something's like really good or really bad, I can usually remember that. But so I let it play. I wasn't gonna turn it off. Then it gets to he reviews the whole film and what is like. Well, this happened in that year, not this year. So he's got his little minor nitpicks about it. But he gets to the end and he's like, here are my three favorite stories about the band, just in no particular order. And he said what they were. But the last one was that um, how Mike Myers wanted to use the song Bohemian Rhapsody in his film, and they got the blessing from one of the other band members, and like they said it was cool. But so what they did, they filmed that scene, they got got it on VHS, and even though Freddie Mercury he was on his way out, they still got that taped to him, and he got to see that scene of Wayne and Garth rocking out to the song in the car before he passed away. And I'm like, oh shit, this is sad. God damn it! I remember that now, son of a bitch. So I'm glad he got to see it. That's and then it got it back on the charts and all that stuff in the '90s. But like that was so cool when somebody wants to pay homage to something that you fought so hard for, and you get to see that right before he was done on this planet. Like, oh my god, it's tears. Where's the tissues? Damn it. John McHugh says, Nikki, you should watch Queen perform at Live Aid. I really should, because the clips that they show of it, like the film is just not doing it justice. I haven't seen the film Bohemian Rhapsody. I've just seen the review of it twice. Um, but you can tell, like, Freddie Mercury's out there just doing the damn thing. And, nothing against the actor who was playing him in the film. His name escapes me right now. I think I know it, but I don't want to say it wrong. It's it's like he's doing the motions and getting the movements right, but there's not the passion, the feeling behind it to make him do those movements. He's more about hitting his mark than having like the feeling behind it. It's just a minor thing. He seems like he's a good actor. I haven't heard anybody saying he did a bad job or anything like that. And anytime I think about a biopic, I just think about Walk Hard. I just said Queen blows, pun intended. Oh damn. John Rogers says most of Meatloaf's songs are at least 7 minutes long. Kind of getting into remix territory there. Isn't Champagne Supernova like a 7 minute song? I want to say, is it like Frozen by Madonna? That's maybe 6 minutes long. I didn't realize how long that song is. It's so good. I just remember that it gets to the end when it's all instrumental, and that's when the radio disc jockey needed to start talking over the song instead of letting the rest of it play out. God, I hate listening to the radio. I refuse to listen to the radio. I hate ads, and you're not going to talk over my song, and that's all the radio is. Like, radio edits piss me off something fierce because they're not only shorter, they're slightly sped up. And you notice that if you do nothing but listen to the album, and then you're stuck listening to the radio. Like, why is that song over so fast? They didn't cut out a verse. It's slightly faster. So when Madonna came out with her Greatest Hits Volume 2, they're all radio edits. I'm not listening to that. And she came out with, I want to say it's Finally Enough Love. So that was, I think, after she'd been out for 50 years. On the one hand, it does have I hate to say this, it's an extended remix of Frozen. It's about 11 minutes long. I heard it back in the day in 1998, back when I didn't like remixes, and I loved it. I've loved it all this time. But then she puts it on that album, and it's maybe like a 6-minute version. You cannot make that shorter. You cannot. There's nothing you can cut out of that and make it okay. That's not okay. You can't do. Why would? I haven't listened to that album either. I can't with radio edits. I just can't. I've listened to the albums way too much over the years. It's stuck in my head whether I want it to be or not. You can't cut that off. You just can't. It's like cutting Rapunzel's hair. You just can't do it. Kara says Steely Leopard would have been a cool name. I did know a girl named Tesla. Oh no, named after the band, not the inventor of the car. Oh well, that's okay. I wonder if she's holding up now with that name. Maybe she just goes by Tessa now. I might have to slowly start changing my name if that were the case. Modus In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida 9 minutes. Oh my god. That's a long time and it's not a remix. I don't know. Because that's sort of, to me, that's kind of like, yeah, you can make a remix that's shorter than the song. That's fine. There's some good shorter than the album, remixes out there, but it's kind of the point to make it a little bit longer. Add a little bit something to it. You can do something at the end. You can make the intro a little bit longer. If I knew how, I would do it, but I don't. So I just watch other people that do it. I wish I could listen to a song and be like, I can make that better. Hang on. And go to your computer and then suddenly you put out like when it just, most recently with Mayhem, when Abracadabra dropped, the first remix of it was out the same day. I don't know if they got the album earlier, whatever. I kind of don't care because it's the best remix of Abracadabra. I still have it saved. It just kicks it up a notch. I think it's the same length, but it's just extra and it's fire. And that's one song. It's not like Disease where every single remix is good almost. Abracadabra doesn't quite remix as well, but the ones that hit hard. And that was the first one on the first day. John Rogers says, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, the full length is over 17 minutes long. What were they on to just be playing that long? Are we still playing the same song? Just verse 15. Kara says she was 8, probably in her 20s now. Ooh, that sucks. Like, sorry for anybody named Alexa out there. I doubt anybody's really named Siri. Or I thought it was kind of funny, or just, well, what a coincidence. Sometime after 2020, I don't know if I watched it because I had already seen it by then, but Tangled, the Rapunzel, Disney one, very good. It's I'd say it's better than Frozen, but the a kingdom that's nearby is named Corona. Like, you guys are gonna have to bleep that out. Lotus says the song means in the Garden of Eden. Yeah, dude was so wasted he couldn't even say that. It just turned to In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Whoa, John Rogers says, I have the album I bought new. It has only been played 3 times. Whoa. Modus, yeah, In the Garden of Eden. I know that song from The Simpsons. when Bart made them sing it all in church. Lisa Gray, have a friend who has a lyrical stanza for any scenario. Fucking cracks me up every time she belts one out. They're always spot on. That is awesome. Some people get like freestyle rap. You're just coming up with stuff on the fly. That totally blows my mind. I would have to sit there with the pen and paper. It's like, okay, this rhymes with that. Okay, this line is a take off of that line. Okay, the next verse. Okay, so this is like, and then that rhymes with it. It's like sometimes I rhyme. It's not on purpose, but I do realize how stuff rhyming sort of sticks in the memory better. I think that's why Dr. Seuss was so successful. Like when stuff rhymes, it's easier to remember. So it, like I know that. I don't always try to rhyme, but then you end up typing, and then you get to the end of the sentence, and you type the last word, and then you look back, you're like, just enter. You can't take it back. Whatever. It rhymes. It rhymes. Sometimes things rhyme. Otis says, I had Layla wrapped. My brother ripped me off when I moved to Dallas. Oh, that son of a bitch. John Rogers says I just played the CD, yeah. I always said if I had the space for it, I would get into vinyl, but then that was 10, 15 years ago. Then I realized I really do listen to more remixes than album albums. It depends. Like, you know, again with Madonna, it used to be back in the day, other artists too, but she's just the biggest one I've always listened to. You get the CD or the tape, you pop it in, and you just play it. And it's fine. If it's a tape, you get to the end of side A, flip it over, play side B. That's it. You don't have to skip any songs. Even if there's a song you're about, you can just let it play. That's fine. Everything's perfect. Everything's fine. So I had no need for remixes at all. Like, why would you have to remix something that's already perfect? Just let it go. Jump ahead to 2016, and you know, before that, Lady Gaga came out, and still, you could take any one of her albums, pop in the CD, play it, you know, front to back. It ends, play it front to back again. It's great. Every single song is great. No complaints. You don't need any kind of remixes. And then we get to 2016, and she dropped an album that's not worth listening to. So I had to run screaming to YouTube, and that's when I found all of the stuff that she came out before she was famous, all of the like the tracks that were written and never released, just all of that stuff, because there was nothing to listen to in 2016 that was good from her. So we just had to run screaming to Art Pop Volume 2, which was not even a real full album. It's just fan albums, because the fans had to cobble something together because she couldn't drop that. And then Chromatica came out, and those are too short. So again, you have to run screaming to the internet for remixes that are longer and are of an appropriate length to even listen to. Because once you start jamming to a song and it gets 2 minutes and 30 seconds in and it's over, no, no. I'm never not going to be pissed off about that. So I went from, you know, back in my day, an album was fine, you could live with it. Now the albums that come out are so unfinished that the fans have to do the rest of the work. So you have to go to YouTube and you have to listen to remixes, because the album, the factory album that's cut, is not worth the plastic that it's printed on. And that's just, you know, I could just say that, just, you know, things are like that. You can't expect things to always stay the same way. It would be nice if somebody could just drop an album and it's fire from song one to the last song, but they just don't do that now. Now you have to go online to get stuff. So it's like a lot of the stuff I listen to are just remixes. So it wouldn't do me any good to have a record of, say, Mayhem, when, say, out of about 17 songs, only 10 of them are good. Like, I'm not trying to find exactly where I got to set the needle to skip over some of these songs. And then you don't even have to listen to the back half of the album. Well, once you listen to How Bad Do You Want Me, you're done. And there's about 5 songs left. So not good. And I'm sorry things are like that now, but that's just the way it is. You just have to roll with the times. Otis says 1967 Layla sucks. Oh, okay. One to go to says Siri is a Scandinavian girl's name, meaning victorious beauty, which has seen a significant decline in popularity in the US due to its association with the Apple virtual assistant. Oh, good. Sounds like you're saying Sirius, like the star, like Sirius Black. One to go to, while historically used in Norway and Sweden, it is rarely chosen for newborns today, ranking outside the top 1,000 in the U.S. You're like, I've never met a girl or a boy named Siri. John Rogers, I have to find an app to burn CDs. My computer won't do it. Oh, I hope you do find one. Yeah, burning CDs? That's great. Brenda says, I like mashups and sampling. Yeah, sometimes they can like take two songs and mash them together and it's great. When it works, it's great, and when it doesn't, you just wasted 3 or 4 minutes out of your life. Kara says, Siri reminds me of Cersei, Game of Thrones Cersei. Ugh. Yeah, but bad connotations. Too much wine drinking and that other thing with her brother. Brian says all this boomer rock. All this dad rock playing in the car. Oh, damn, not this song again. Brenda says, Soul Train girl myself. All right, all right. Otis says, Brenda, what's your take on white boy rappers? I'm totally serious. Brenda says, my fam has great taste in music. Yeah, your brother's a dick man for stealing your music, Modus. What the hell? Brian says, Def Leppard kicked ass until hysteria. John Proctor says, I want my XP computer back. Yeah, that's what I like long term. That's what I should really have as a computer for going live. But I'd have to wait and see just how I'll have to get the new room set up. But like ideally, that would be great. That way I can possibly stream longer for 2 hours, and of course I would be able to play Minecraft for longer than 4 hours at a time. Even though it is good to take breaks, it's not good to just be sat in one place all day doing anything. You should get up and stretch and get something to drink and all that kind of a thing. But sometimes it's a bit frustrating, like when you have to rebuild your entire floor / ceiling because the lava just did not want to. If it just went back into the bucket, why didn't it just go back into the bucket? And how did it get upstairs? I don't know. It could have been worse. Yeah, I have that whole big thing of trees out there, and one day I walk out, and there's a hole just Steve size, so 2 blocks high for me to walk in. I don't know if I've told you this. And I look inside, and it's just random chunks of wood are just missing, and there's a couple of holes in the ceiling. And it kind of snaked around, and there was a way out, and it's not multiplayer, it's just me. So after a minute of looking around, I realized what probably happened is lightning struck it, and since it was all covered up, it just kind of burnt up the inside. Well, it was a cool little pattern, but it was still, I went and filled it in. It was about a stack and a half of wooden logs, and a stack is 64, so that's like 100 blocks of wood I had to fill back in. But I've got that a lightning rod out there now to prevent that. But it was just all burnt the fuck up in here. Like it's cool, but I'm pissed off. Lisa says, when am I moving? I still got to get something sorted out with them on Monday. Just something with the paper. I'm not sure what they wanted. They wanted me to show up on Friday, and I show up on Friday, and the dude's not there, and they're closed on the weekend, so I just got to wait until Monday and be like, you know what? Is there a paperwork issue? I don't know. Maybe they're still doing the background check thing, but like maybe next week? Next week or the week after, it seems. Every time it's like, okay, I'm ready to go, but there's a hiccup, so it's sort of not bad because I still have a few things I can still box up. that I don't use every single day. But and just with it was raining all this week, plus with the headaches, it was kind of good that I wasn't moving this week. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But like here, I can still stay until like almost the end of April. So it's not necessarily crunch time, but maybe they always take this long. I don't remember how long the process was the last time I moved. That was over 20 years ago. Uh, it was because I had a good job in 2003, and then we moved in 2005, and then that summer I had my car repoed because I lost my good job. So it's like the same thing happened again. I've been away from my other job for 2 years. The money ran out, lost the car, gotta move again. I don't think I'm gonna get another car, so that'll stop the cycle from happening. It's okay, I've been through worse. It would be worse if I didn't have a show to do. It's so awesome to have, because again, 2 years ago, before this week, 2 years ago, it was just showing up in a chat room 5 days a week and talking to you guys, and then that changed to everybody knows what I look like because I'm uploading on my own channel and they can hear me and see me, and then that turned into doing live shows and that people show up for. So it's wild to just be a name on the screen, and then that becomes folks actually want to see you like talk and move around on your own channel, and that's turned like we'll get to know each other a little bit better coming here because it's a different show, so it's a different vibe, and it's just wild that it's so different from real life because I don't know anybody in real life. But then you go online and you got dozens of folks that want to talk to you and want to see you and see what you're up to. And like, I want to know what's up with you guys too. And we get to do that here. And I don't know what life would be like if we would always have each other in the chat room, but I don't know what life would be like if I didn't have this, show to do every week to get to see you guys. So it's wild that you guys let me do something that I've always wanted to be in front of a camera, even though I know I'm not like a conventionally attractive, but you don't have to be because people aren't that hung up on looks, so you can just go online and be yourself, and folks still want to see you, even if you're not some kind of cookie cutter like everybody else kind of person. And it's 2 years and I'm still wrapping my head around it. It doesn't seem like it is real, but like, how is it real? It's like, how does magic work? I don't understand it. I like it. I just still can't define it. And I'm the kind of person who wants to know definite answers to things, and I still don't have a like one reason for it. And maybe that's good. Maybe it should still be a mystery, but it's just so it's such a trip. It's so wild. It's just the fact that I don't know. Maybe it's like when your friend moves closer, so you get to see them more often. Maybe it's like that. Like, hey, cool, I can actually like hang out with you and stuff. So maybe it's like that, but it's online through a screen. One to go to said Freddie Mercury's initial reaction to hearing Ice Ice Baby was that it was a blatant ripoff of Under Pressure. He reportedly said he couldn't believe what he was hearing. It really is, man. It really is. Moda says, I like you, Nikki. Come to Dallas. I really need to go somewhere warmer. Danny says, I'm a Nikki OG. LOL. Yeah, yes, you are. And to go to Queen and David Bowie didn't sue Vanilla Ice, but they threatened to. What? Maybe it's like his comeuppance is that's his only hit, so that's the only thing he's known for, and he still has to play it to this day because nobody cares about his other songs. One to go to says Ice Ice Baby holds the distinction of being the first rap song to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Oh, I didn't know that. I says Vanilla Ice wrote the first draft of Ice Ice Baby in just 15 minutes when he was only 16 years old. Wow, he was young. Lisa Gray says, I wish I was close. I'd be there in my Dodge Ram to help haul you and your stuff to your new digs. Oh, I appreciate that, yeah. That's way too far to drive. I don't even want to guess how much that would be. It's like, oh, $3,000 worth of gas later. That was just a one-way trip. Kara says, yeah, the guests this week were, how do I say, not my favorites. I, I'd like to see Matt McCat more. Like, he's not that chatty, so I'd like to see him more, just him and Frank, so he gets a chance to meow at us and purr for the camera. That would be nice. The Zells did call in on Monday. I remember that. Want to go to Vanilla Ice, whose real name is Robert Van Winkle. Got his nickname because he was the only white member of a breakdancing group. Oh. Brenda says, aren't the most talented always ripped off? What's the thing? There's a flattery, mockery is a form of flattery. Brian says, I agree. XP, probably the last version worth buying. I have several. And 10 on the laptop. Now I hear it's getting updates. Brenda says, yeah, a kid could dance too in the 80s. It was a dance party. The Modus Disco Inferno. Brenda says, I was listening to One Hit Wonder songs. I wonder if they were the ones who refused to sell their souls. It kind of does seem like that. Like they didn't want to have to do the rituals or the bending over involved. So they're like, nah, I'm going to go independent and stay a virgin. So I'll skip all that. Possibly, yeah. But yeah, it's been a couple of hours already. I'm glad you guys had a couple hours to hang out with me here. So next week I'm aiming more for a normal review for Dark Shadows, and then one of the upcoming Fridays this month, either the 20th or the 27th, I was thinking about doing another balcony chat and just hanging out, talking about just any old thing, just kicking it with you guys. And yeah, if you're going through it, spend some time with friends, spend some time with like-minded people. Don't let people, some folks just want to stress you out with their negativity and are just not your friends. So you need to distance yourself from those people, spend some time with good people, and then get back on track. And then you can deal with the nonsense. But this is just a time when I don't need any more bad things going on. So I just keeping good people around me. That's you guys. Kara says the Cell Brothers are always a highlight. And QF Matt did give us a half a show. Yeah, he's got a lot of cat stuff to do. He can't always stay for the whole time. I like that guy. He's so chill. But yeah, you guys are hella chill. You guys are awesome for being here and being based and sexy. So remember to smash the like button on the way out. Don't forget your pants. Get something good to eat. Get some good sleep. Smoke out on the balcony. Drink some water. We will see each other in a chat room all next week. And then we'll get back on with reviews. And let's just... it seems like after this month, things will kind of even out more. Things have just been too shaky and up in the air for too long. But you guys are keeping me down to earth, keeping me level-headed. So thank you guys for being here for me. It's not just you guys showing up for a show. You guys really do help me out and keep me on an even keel. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for that. I always cry when I say this kind of stuff. That's why I never say anything nice to you guys. It just makes me cry. Oh, Dandy says, don't forget to turn the clocks. Oh, daylight savings. Oh, when is that? I totally forgot. Daylight savings time. March 8th. Tomorrow. So at 2 a.m. In the United States. I don't know what it is for, if it's different for other parts of the world. Oh yeah, yeah. So don't forget to set your clocks forward tonight, like Andy said. Kara, oh yeah, that's right. We get gypped an hour. Yes. Okay. They don't save it for when it gets dark. Never mind. They don't save it for nothing. But yeah, thank you guys again for showing up. You guys are the best. Smash the like button on the way out. Make sure you're subscribed. Everybody, take it easy. We will be seeing each other all next week. Lisa Gray said, I did my clocks 3 days ago. I'm impatient. Makes no sense. I love it. You guys are the best. Thanks again. Everybody take it easy. Have a great night. Oh man. Until next time.